What's going on, guys? So today we're doing a storytime video. I know a lot of people have been asking for more storytime videos. I've always said before, it's a mood thing. I mean, I can make them every week, but it's just when I'm in the mood, when I'm talking about something and I'm remembering a story and I just want to talk about it fully, that's when I'll turn the camera on and do a storytime video. I will say in the future I do plan on doing more storytime videos on my trip with my grandfather out west, because I have a bunch of pictures, and to sit there, you know, tabletop and flip through pictures, it'll be story after story, because that's literally just flashing back different memories for me. So I have that planned. I don't know when, just down the road sometime. I know people want more stories about when I worked at the assisted living home. I do have some stories. Like I said, some of those they're really sad. You know, they're just sad stories when you're dealing with a lot of elderly people who are sick, you know, and end up passing away. I mean, that's not a fun thing to talk about. I did have some funny moments for sure, so I might share more of those in the future. But today's storytime video is going to be about me and a boat and my dad and a snake, which I'm sure the title somehow implies, right? So what makes this good is that I was wearing my GoPro, because I wear my GoPro when I fish, just in case I catch the big one. I love to have footage of it. Of course that captured some of this experience. So I'm not going to show the whole video because it's mostly just us fishing, which I know some of you want to see, but I don't want to draw out the video too long. You know, we didn't catch anything significant, just a couple bass here and there. But obviously the story is about the snake. So let me go back a couple notches and start from the very beginning. Me and my father love to fish. We usually fish separately, and it's not because it's on purpose, it's just because I don't get a lot of time to get up there. And when I do get up there to visit him, it's hard for us to make the time to go fishing. My dad has a very physical job. He's usually beat up, tired, sore from work. So even though fishing sounds relaxing to jump in a boat and, you know, be in that kind of crunch position, it's not as relaxing as it might sound for someone who has a very physical job. I'd rather just sit on the couch or, you know, relax outside on the deck or something. So like the few times we do get that time to be together doing the fishing thing, it's just a different type of bonding. You know, we always spend time together when I come up, whether we're doing like a little project in the garage or doing something around the property or something. It's always fun and stuff, but the fishing is extra special when we get to go out together on the boat. So it's something we talk about all the time, like, oh, we come up, we go fishing, but we usually get sidetracked, do other things. So we were talking about this for weeks on end. You know, probably 2 or 3 months, like, we're going to definitely go out on the boat, we're going to be really serious about it, we're going to catch the big one, you know. My grandfather fished this pond for like 40 years, and he has, I think, 4 or 5, I think he has six trophy bass on the wall. The biggest one being, I want to say 11 pounds 1 ounce, 11 pounds 2 ounces or something, and the smallest one being like 4.5 or 5 pounds. Alright, so skipping ahead a little bit, it is finally time to go out. Now, I have to say, my dad, it's his day off, he's drinking a couple beers. He's probably 7, maybe 8 cans of beer in, and he's got a nice little buzz going. He's not drunk or anything, but he's relaxed. He's definitely chill as can be. And so we go down, we get the boat. Now, how the boat is stored is it's upside down next to like a bunch of overgrown shrubs and stuff like that. So down by where the dock is for the ponds, you know, the grass is cut, but the side is just wild weeds and stuff. And that's where the boat is kind of off to the side, so it's easier to cut the lawn and stuff. So it's not obviously a great place to store the boat because snakes like to get in there. It's a nice little shelter. So when I flipped the boat over, we saw 3 pretty large garter snakes right away, just slither out of the boat. And I didn't think much of it. You know, garter snakes don't scare me. They're, you know, totally harmless. If you're not messing with them, they're not going to mess with you. Even if you picked one up and it bit you, it's really not that big of a deal, although I don't do that. But I really didn't think anything of it. I'm like, oh, okay, there's a couple snakes in the boat. And I just let them, you know, slither out, flip the boat over completely, put the little plug in, you know, for the back, and set it up with all of our equipment. So we're out fishing, I would say maybe a half an hour, 40 minutes, having a good time, catching a couple bass here and there. And that's when it happened. I casted my my lure out, and I started reeling in a little bit. I'm working the bait, and all of a sudden I feel something rub against my foot. So I look down, and there it is, a snake. Now this snake is a juvenile. It's not full grown. It's probably, I want to say, maybe 1.5 feet at most. So I'm freaking out. I throw my legs up. I'm like, there's a snake in the boat. And I'm telling my dad. And the funniest part of the whole thing is my dad could care less. Because like I said, he's a few beers in, and he's really relaxed, and he's just like calm, and you know, my dad's just an old school dude, and you know, even if he wasn't drinking or anything, he wouldn't have cared. It's like, oh, it's a snake, all right, well, you know, grab it and get it out of the boat. At some point, I think he even handed me the you know, the fishing pliers to grab it. I'm not going to grab it with fishing pliers. And he's, you know, it's funny now, but in the moment, it was not funny. It was quite scary. I'm really thinking I'm going to get bit by a venomous snake in this boat, because here's the second part of it. Number one, I think it's venomous, right? I don't really know. Number two, I feel trapped. Like if I could see, you know, the biggest snake in the world, the most dangerous snake in the world on land 5 feet away, I'm not worried about that. I'm not concerned about that snake. Okay, that snake doesn't want to bother me. I don't want to bother it. If I don't go near it, it's not a problem, right? But it's the confinement. It's the fact that it's in a boat. This has never happened to me my entire life, where I've been trapped with a snake. I've never had fear of snakes. And now I'm a little freaked out by them. If I was trapped with one, that's a whole different ball game to me. So my legs are like up in the air. Because I'm barefoot, by the way, in the boat. I'm wearing shorts, no socks, no shoes, no sandals, you know, nothing, just barefoot. So this is a bad situation here, and the snake is trying to just get out of the boat. Now, you know, if you'll see in the video, it's just a regular little rowboat, and there's, you know, hollow seats in there. So clearly, the snake was inside the seat the whole time, and at some point decided it wanted to leave, and that's when it slithered over my foot, and it's trying to like slither up the side of the boat to get out, right? Now, looking back in this whole situation, and really scrutinizing the pictures the best I could, zooming in, try to identify what type of snake it is, I'm like 99% sure that it is a water snake. A regular Pennsylvania water snake is non-venomous, but it's one of the more aggressive snakes that we have here. It will bite, it will hurt. It's very, very painful from what I understand. Knock on wood, I've never been bit before. I should actually knock on wood, right, if I'm going to say that. And I don't want to get bit by one. So, you know, in hindsight, my freak out, I guess, was a little more justified. If it was a garter snake or some kind of little grass snake or something like that, I would have grabbed it behind its head and just threw it in the water. It wouldn't have been a big deal. But keep in mind, the two factors at play here is, number one, I'm trapped in a boat. Okay, I can't get out. Now, for a brief second, I thought about jumping out of the boat, but number one, I'm not going to abandon my dad, okay? Number two, I'd have to put my feet down to jump out, and I don't want to put my feet down. My feet are like flailing all over the place because the thing keeps slithering back and forth. Now, at some point, the snake got back under the seat, I guess. I don't know, because it went under the seat. I don't know if it was on the way back of the boat or it stayed under the seat, whatever the case is. I didn't see it anymore. I knew it was under me. So initially I was asking my dad for the net, because we had the fishing net there. I thought maybe if I capture it in the net I could fling it out of the boat, but the holes in the net are big anyway. And my dad's like, calm down, it's okay. And I'm like, I'm freaking out. I'm like, it's okay because it's not by you, it's on my side of the boat. You're just chilling in the front, enjoying your buzz, don't care about the snake whatsoever. Not a problem, right? But for me, it is very much a problem, a big problem. So, so anyway, so I'm thinking, all right, well, I can't jump out of the boat. So what do? Let me just get to shore as fast as possible. Let's jump out of the boat, and then it's not a big deal anymore, right? We can just let it get out, flip the boat over, no big deal. So I grab the oars. I'm telling my dad to move because he's in the way of the oar, and I have to say I totally lost my chill completely, and my dad never lost it. But anyway, so now I'm rowing, and I'm rowing as fast as I can, as hard as I can, and then one of the oars popped out, and I'm like, oh my god, I gotta get the oar back in. And the whole time my dad's like, it's okay, man, calm down, it's just a snake, you know, no big deal. And again, the whole time I'm just thinking, if I get bit by this thing, I might die. I don't know if we're gonna get to a hospital in time. So, or at least lose a foot or something, and that, you know, I don't want to lose my feet. I'm very much attached to my feet, literally and figuratively. So we finally get to the shore. I finally paddle all the way to shore, and I'm like, go, 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 go. Like, I'm ready to just boogie out of this boat. And my dad's just kind of hanging out. Great, grabs his fish and stuff. I'm like, come on, let's go. I'm freaking out. And he's just totally relaxed. It's okay. Just taking his time, getting out of the boat. Oh my god. So funny. It really, looking back, it is really, really funny just how ridiculous the whole thing was. And then afterwards, now I think the snake is still in the boat, right? So now, you know, I might, at some point my GoPro cut off. I don't know exactly if I have footage of all this stuff, but I ended up going and grabbing some fireworks because once we had the boat on the shore, we pulled it out. We didn't see the snake. Looking back, I think at some point while I was rowing back to shore, it probably slithered out the back of the boat back into the water, right? That's my assumption. I don't really know for sure. All I know is we spent an hour after the fact popping fireworks, putting in sparklers, trying to smoke it out of the seat because I thought it was still trapped in the boat. I wanted to go back out fishing, you know, but I was not comfortable getting back in the boat at this point. I was definitely freaked out by it. So if I have footage of that, I'll show you some of the things we did because it's ridiculous. Oh, there's a fucking snake in the boat. He has a pattern on his back. It's not a gardener snake. I don't know what it is. God damn it. I don't see him. I'm not looking for him. I can't believe I forgot to tell you the best part of the story. That's when I yelled like a little girl. So as I'm rowing back, okay, to the shore, I had my pole. Once I saw the snake, now remember I cast it out, but I never reeled in. So my lure and line is way out there. I put the pole behind me, okay? And when I was rowing back to the shore, at some point in the middle of our trip, my reel touched the back of my leg, and it pinched the back of my leg. And so I thought the snake bit me. Ah! I fucking... My pole touched the back of my leg. It's really funny. You want to drive to the hospital and get a snake bite? Jesus Christ. So it was just, it was a whole experience. It was so weird because, like I said, I've never had a problem with snakes ever. I've never been fearful of snakes. In this particular, you know, the property there with the pond, I've seen snakes all the time. You know, there's tons of water snakes there. I mean, and they get big. They get to like 3 or 4 feet. I've seen some monsters there. I've killed multiple snakes just because of where they were. I felt it was dangerous to the dogs or us if we were walking around that area. Way back when, it's been years, but I've seen rattlesnake. One dead rattlesnake probably 10 years ago or so, maybe a little bit longer. I don't know how it died, but it was sitting in the sun, and it was definitely 100% a rattlesnake. When my grandfather lived there, he killed a rattlesnake that he saw. Eventually he skinned it. That was one of the skins that he had hanging in the garage originally. So, you know, I know there's venomous snakes on the property. So I don't take anything lightly. I'm not a snake expert. I can kind of gauge what kind of snake it is from a little bit of a distance, but you know, like I said, I don't take chances or anything. If I see a big old snake, I get away. If I can't get away, I do what I have to do to get rid of it safely and quickly. So you know, this is just something that it's a new experience, and I'm blaming it on 2020. I fished in that boat like countless times. I fished in the property countless times. Never had a snake stuck with me in the boat. So thanks 2020 for hitting me with another one. What's most embarrassing is not really the freak out, because that was just a natural reaction. It was when I got pinched by the reel, and I thought I got bit, and I yelled like a girl. That's embarrassing. But hey, you don't get to plan for those things. When something happens, you react how you react. Ultimately, I'm glad that no one was hurt. I'm glad that it was you know, not a situation where I'm telling you a story from the hospital and showing you a nub where my foot used to be. You know, snakes are no joke. It's no joke. You got to be respectful of nature, because nature will take you out, and take you out quick. So I'm being extra vigilant, and we're not storing the boat there anymore where it was. Obviously, we want to keep it away from snakes. Probably going to create. We have a couple of railroad ties on the property, so we'll probably put it up on those eventually, so that, you know, it's up elevated so snakes can't get in there. It's just it was a bad situation. Like I said, very funny now, but very serious in the moment. I was quite freaked out. So let me know if you have any stories with snakes down in the comment section. I know it's a short area to tell a whole big story. Actually, what's even easier is just tell me, are you afraid of snakes or not? I have to say I was never afraid of snakes, but now I'm a little weary of them. I definitely would not want to be trapped with them. Watching Indiana Jones will be a little bit of a different experience for me now. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the story. Hope you enjoyed the video. And I will see you guys tomorrow with another one. Take care.